Three races have garnered plenty of attention this election cycle. Our political insiders are back to break down those battles. Sara Sadhwani joining us, professor of public affairs at Pomona College and veteran LA City and county leader Zev Yaroslavsky from the UCLA Luskin School of Public Affairs. Thank you both for being with us. Zev, we're going to start with LADA incumbent George Gascon and Nathan Hochman. We just heard from him just a short time ago. He's comparing 2024 to 2020 when he was behind and then he was victorious. Are we going to see a repeat of that, you think, based on how things have shaped up? I mean, obviously things are a little different.
Well, don't tell I told my son this or my daughter, but I wouldn't bet my firstborn child on what he said. I think actually he did better than I thought he would do in this report. It's an early report. It's a significant report because a big chunk of the votes that will be counted were in that report, but they tend to be a little more democratic, at least they have been in the past. So 60-40, that's a 3-2 deficit for him. And I don't think it's going to get any better. I don't say that out of any glee or, I don't take positions on that. I say it as a matter of experience. It's a very, very tough nut for him to grab.
Yeah, and from the get-go, right? He was down in the polls. He was, outraised by Hochman here too. So it's really pretty difficult for him to recover, right?
All of the polls showed him down 2-1, and the LA Times poll, other surveys, the Public Policy Institute poll, the surveys that I did at UCLA were exactly in the same place, not just this year, but the last 4 years. So I think it's going to probably deteriorate for him before the final results.
As the night goes through. Yeah, and Sara, you were going to say something as
well?
Yeah,
I was just going to add, when he came into office 4 years ago, it was during this time period in which Californians and Angelenos were really thinking about criminal justice reform. But 4 years later, we have seen the pendulum swing. And I think that's really what's at play here in this DA's race. We see it also in Prop 36 as well. The winds have changed, if you will. I think we're seeing the
winds have changed,
here.
the pendulums, of course, in an election year, which of course made it that more difficult. All right, now the California Senate race, Adam Schiff versus Steve Garvey. Garvey doing a little better than expected, isn't that right?
Yeah, in terms of Garvey, the likelihood of him winning this race was always slim to none. It has been quite some time since California has elected a Republican to statewide office. So, this was really Schiff's game ever since the primary. If you remember, if we go back in time, Schiff was actually running ads talking about Steve Garvey, helping to promote his name and helping him to go past many of the Democrats who were running in that primary race. Once Schiff won that primary, it was almost a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, we're looking at the numbers right now. Yeah. Schiff with 61% of the vote. Steve Garvey with 38% of the vote. Again, he didn't spend a lot of money on advertising. He said he wanted to meet people face to face, but it looks like right now Adam Schiff is doing a lot better than Steve Garvey. Susie, we'll send it back to you now.